Well, hello everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. You know what? I think this is an on-time start. Oh my gosh, mark the calendar. Hey. Well, we got to. We're in the military, we got to meet our departure times. So, but anyway, folks, welcome aboard Flying with Mike. Today's flight is with Simulated Air Force, one of the virtual special op groups out there. By that means if you are a member of a virtual special ops group and they are registered and accepted in VATSIM and such, get all of that little tidbit in there, you can fly military missions, meaning you can fly, okay, anyone can fly a C-130. I mean, all we got to do is go from point A to point B. We do that all the time. But if you want to air refuel, if you want to simulate attacking a ground target or an air target, preferably not airliners. That's why you join virtual special operations groups, because they can actually do that stuff in the military and restricted areas. Flown on many missions with them. Haven't here of late done an actual special ops mission, just because I'm just kind of, I don't know, just buying my time, I guess. I don't know. Trying to come up with something. Used to love flying on the hurricanes when hurricane season was on, but I really have just kind of just gotten into the fly from point A to point B stuff. So, and that is kind of what we're doing today. Today, as the title mentioned, we're flying from Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland. Let me rephrase that. Joint Base Andrews. Oh my gosh. I could already see my email exploding that I couldn't say it right. To, heck, I will say this right because I find it funny. Pope Army Airfield. Yeah, you heard me correct, folks. Pope Army Airfield. They still have Army airfields, even though the Air Force came along in 1947. And Pope was formerly Pope Air Force Base until realignment and all of that put it back into the hands of the Army, where the Air Force grew out of. So kind of an interesting thing there. So that's what today's plan is. And if you look at it on the map, folks, it's only like 250 miles or so there. So, but, oh, the weather that's been out here on the East Coast, that's going to plague us again. So we'll hope for the best on this. Um, Interesting flight. One other tidbit I want to throw, and I probably throw it a couple times. Nerd with Wings, how's it going yourself there, sir? Welcome aboard. We are doing great. Give you one more tidbit going on here in the U.S. for those of you abroad. 22 states. Now, I don't know if they're still in effect at this hour, but as of 6:30 this morning, when I was wrapping up my paperwork for my shift at work, we're under dense fog advisories. 22 states. Basically, to give you an idea, if you're familiar with the United States, take Bismarck, North Dakota, go south to Texas, east to New Orleans. Now, not all of that southeast part there and central part that I'm talking about from Texas to New Orleans was completely under. All the way up to Buffalo. I'm talking full states, folks. 22 full states under dense fog advisories. I'll tell you, I drove a truck in the 90s, folks, and I've seen some dense fog. Not the kind of fog California gets. I've never seen that, oh my gosh, stuff they get. But I have seen my share of dense fog. But usually for about a couple of 100 miles at the most, run out of it and we're done with it. That, folks, almost, it's a little unprecedented for me to hear that 22 states are fully under dense fog advisories. That's just amazing. So, and it has been. I mean, folks, whew, the last few weeks out here have been whew, so take your breath away. So, Fire up that song from Berlin, Take My Breath Away. Yeah, that's what the weather has been like. When you stepped outside, that cold just did that. And now we're above freezing substantially. We're in the 40s. That ground is just starting to thaw, and that warm, moist air above just socking in. Places like Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Louis, Minneapolis. I mean, name major hubs, and just about all of them are in dense fog. Delays, can we say? So anyway, I've wasted a lot of your time here with that little tidbit, but I thought it was kind of interesting that 22 states had dense fog advisories. Just amazing to me. So anyway, um, we may get to see some of that again yet today. We saw it going into O'Hare last flight. And out, well, no, we weren't in the fog at Bradley, but we may see it again today. All right, what you see on your screen, folks, is from xhanger. Here's a link to it. Also, exclamation mark C-130 will get you to the link. Also, for it's not a bad plane. I'm gonna still say, and I know I'm gonna hurt some people's ears with this, the Captain Sim 4FSX. Heard it twice there actually. Um, Probably still has the better C-130. Um, but this is not bad, as you're about to see. Some cheese in it? Yeah, you're seeing it right now. Military guys standing up front. Welcome aboard my plane. Live the dream. C-130 Hercules. No, I mean, seriously. I mean, a little cheese. Hang on. There's a little bit more. Oops, I got to go. And I got to figure out where it's hiding here. Do it the easy way. Little forklift, and the chocks. Actually, that's not bad. So, overall, I mean, a little cheese, yeah. But it really isn't all that bad of a plane. I don't like the cockpit could be better. I think that's where Captain Sim kind of elevated their plane with the eye candy there. But overall, this is a really good C-130 for X-Plane, and I'm going to tell you, I do recommend it. They do, let's find out. I think they do. Hang on, Flying with Nerds, let's find out. If not, I know there's one out there to download. Let's see. Yep, Blue Angels right there, Fat Albert. So it is available. So check it out, folks. I mean, are you gonna fly something super solidly realistic? No. Do you do it in Captain Sim? No. But I think graphically it's a little better. Um, but for X-Plane, I think this is a really good rendition. Um, at least a good start. Now, if someone could come in and, with the help of xhanger, maybe beef it up some, make it look better, get rid of some of the cheesiness to it, like this guy here, the guys they put in the cockpit, that kind of goes a little too far for me when you put that in there. But hey, it's not, the sim is not just for me, folks. Okay, to me, that's what I find a little too much. But to some of you, that's exactly what you want. So, you know, I'm not going to gig them in that way, but I think the overall aesthetics, flight characteristics, that part they got right. Just need some work on that cockpit. Again, I'm basing it off of Captain Sim, which I can already tell you isn't 100% off the real plane because I've been in it several times, both at air shows and when they transit into Mid-America Airport. And way back when I actually was in the Air Force, and actually, as much as I love this airplane, folks, I am about to dog it so hard. As much as I hated the flight that I flew on it. Oh my God, I've never been on such a noisy aircraft. I had the famed Mickey Mouse ears over my ears that you see the ramp guys, plus earplugs in, and I still couldn't hear the guy next to me talking. I couldn't. It was just nothing but prop wash and jet engine. It was rough, but boy, does it fill a niche in the Air Force. So, all right, folks, enough chit chat. Let's get up here and let's get this thing going. We need to get to Pope Air Force Base. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Pope Army Airfield. Oh, that's going to be tough because when I was in the Air Force, it was an Air Force base. Matter of fact, they had a pretty um, incredible crash that caused, when they do what's called a lapse drop, when they come in and they basically get within like 50 feet of the ground, lower the cargo bay door back here, and drop the cargo out so it slides. Well, he came in and continued to go below 50 feet and hit the ground and crashed. So now they had to come in with wheels down, or at least during that time. I don't know if they still do that or not. So, but that was caught on film. A poor airman, AWOL, or I forget his whole story. He ended up being killed in this because he just happened to be in the wrong field at the wrong time. Yeah, it was, yeah, bad crash. All right, so up we go into the cockpit. Like I said, not the greatest, not the worst, though. I think there's a lot of work that could be done here. I wish I could throw my hat into the ring to help. Oh, no, I did not nerd with wings. So I'll be using the old nav graph today. Ah, I forgot all about that happening. Thank you. Yeah, folks, if you didn't know, the nav date graph update happened while I was at work, and so yeah, if you want to fly as real as you can, up to date and all, it's time for that update. Thanks for that message there, Nerd with Wings. All right, like I said, you can tell there. This is where it's not 100%, nor is the L100-30. It's pretty much like this. So it's more glass, which I think in the real world it is more glass than this. So bear with me as we go through. Now, one thing that even um, Captain Sim never got right. The L100s do not have that window right here. This window is for one reason primarily and one reason only. Airdrops. They don't airdrop. Well, actually, Linden Cargo did, but they really didn't need it because they were just dropping. They were used for a lot of the oil mitigation when the Valdez oil spill happened. They'd had these booms come out, and they were like, think of it like a crop duster in a very weird sense, dropping the cleansing and micronisms that would eat the oil that spilled from the Valdez. So, but really, that's primarily what that window's for. So, all right, so quick look at the cockpit here. There would be a guy sitting over here. Matter of fact, let me put him back. Okay, if you come in here, when you do, if you check this red box, you'll get this clipboard. On it, we're going to zoom in so you can read it too. Okay, you can go to display the Mighty Hercules sign outside the airplane when we have the door open. You can hide the pod tanks. You can display for Fat Albert the JADO pack. Oh, that's always fun, JADO takeoffs. Or at least it was in Captain Sim. Now, you uncheck these guys. This is how it will look. Okay, they'll be red. So when you look over here, let me do it this way. Ah, yeah, he's there. He's there. And Whoop, hang on a second. Got to remember how to get to the other guy. There he is. You can only see his head. He doesn't want to get any credit, folks. So there's your crew today. No, actually, we don't have a crew today. Bye, bye, and bye. And there they go away. I know I could probably go in, update the plane maker files. I just do that. All right, so that's one thing you can do here. And then, of course, to get rid of it, and of course, it gives you your fuel, current fuel weight, load weight, total weights, and speeds to work within. Okay, nice clipboard, right? All right. To my left here is this is for the jump. If we had jumpers back there, when to jump, you know, get ready, jump. Door switches are over here. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start buttoning it up a little. And oxygen, lighting, and so forth. Interior lighting. Then here's the cabin. We're not done yet in here. Oh yeah, I just brought the door up and closed up. You can do airdrops. I just haven't. Which one? The guy with his head? Yeah, he's my navigator. Yeah, so he's kind of the guy that tells me where to go. And I sometimes have to argue with him because HE double hop sticks is not a good place to tell me where to go. Anyway, third guy was the flight engineer, believe it or not. He did a lot of the management of the engines. If you watch some of the Linden air carrier, you'll find out that's what they're doing. They're doing a lot of that there. So, but there you go, folks. That's the interior. Here's some of the overheads. Like I said, it's a lot to be desired here, but you know, hey, it's a working C-130. I can't get the drops yet to work. Hopefully one day I will, and we'll be able to get into that. I do miss flying this plane. I used to fly it a lot over with FSX. All right, so enough of the tour guide. Let's get in here. Sim Toolkit, where are you hiding? Sorry, folks. I thought the CEO was giving me some orders. All right, folks. Sorry for that. All right. Yeah, she's gonna do a little shopping, and we're gonna do a little streaming. How about that? All right. So Sim Toolkit's on your screen. Let's do a little pre-flight. No souls today on board, but we have 42,000, call it 43,000 pounds of cargo we're going to haul on down there. We're going to take off here from Andrews on runway 19 right and land on 23 down at Pope. We're going to get into the weather because that is a little frightful today. You can see the route there. The Jefferson 1 departure to Melton, over to CBV, then get on the Victor 136 airway to Raleigh-Durham, direct to Pope Airfield. All right, here's the weather. Okay, here in Andrews, we're not too bad. Overcast 1000. It's 19 degrees, so ice is not a factor. Talk about that in a second. Altimeter 3009. So really, it's not a god-awful day here. When I started getting this plane back up to speed, ready to fly for this week, was one of those bone-chilling days here in the U.S. And sitting on the ground, all of a sudden I couldn't see out the windshield. I wished I took a screenshot of it. The whole front of the plane had iced over. But once I kicked the batteries on, the APU and the window heats, it eventually went away. Pretty good there, X-Plane. I think sometimes they overdo it, but then all sims kind of overdo it, I think, a little. But I could be wrong, because when they said the three-letter word ice, ooh, we did not fly. Now, here's where it's going to get fun. Down at Pope. All right, as you can read it, folks, winds and temperatures and all of that look pretty decent. Little concern here, temperature dew point separations pretty close, but that should help to keep it from fogging up too bad. That 5-knot wind. Where we're going to run into trouble is a 500-foot overcast. If it actually simulates that, this is going to be fun to fly into. It'll be a full instrument down to minimums like they were yesterday here at Scott Air Force Base. Listened to a couple C-21s come. They said pretty much we're taking it right down to minimums. We're about 100 feet above when we can finally see. So I have a feeling that's what it's going to be like today. We'll see. We're not there. We don't know. So all in all, looks like a fun run. I want to check something here real quick. Okay. And let me just do this. Click on VATSIM. Get my flight plan in the works. We still good? I think we're still good for that. Fill in a couple of blocks here. Bear with me. And making sure. Now, one thing, remember I mentioned I'm flying with a virtual special op group. We have to put our website in the remarks. That way, should a controller, say a center comes up, and I'm going to go play in one of the military operating areas around Maryland. I don't know if there's many. Hypothetically, let's say there are. That's going to give me to them, and then there's a way, I don't know what the controllers do from there, to basically say, yeah, okay. So just letting you know, you got to make sure that's in there so that the one, they get credit for a person flying on VATSIM. More importantly, it lets the controller know that as well, that you're going to, if you're going to fly in there, you're allowed to, and to pretty much be unrestricted in there to where you control the airspace around you. And for the love of God, I've forgotten that term, but I will endeavor to look it up. It's military aircraft has control, or it's basically when we go into air refueling, we take over aircraft separation, the whole 9 yards, until we break away, and then we're back with, radar. But for the life of me, it's been so long since I haven't air refueled someone in a long time. So, all right, so let me get rid of Sim Toolkit and let's get this show on the road. One last look outside. You can see most of the planes buttoned up. So let's get in here and get the rest of it going so we can get going. And one last look to make sure everything's cleared. Okay, doors up, chocks away. We're ready to go. All right, power up time. Very simple. Even Captain Sim is really easy. Although I think they've dumbed it down a little too much. There's your battery switch over here. This switch does stuff. I think it's when you're on external power, but we used it also when we were getting started as well. Okay, your APU right here. Again, the general feel of a C-130 panel, I'm not sure the latest, but it's not bad. I'm not going to, write home and say it's horrible, but it's, there's things that could be done to it to make it better. I just don't know how to do it, or I would. All right, so basically what I did is I turned the APU generator on here, bleed on here. To go ahead, oh wait, we're at 19. We don't need these. But I am going to go ahead, windshield heat on. All right, now to starting this plane. We're at the basics. We've got her powered up. I'm going to come back down to the panel here. Let's go ahead, get the navigation lights on. AOA heat on. All right, let's take a look outside. Can we see the lights? That's always been something. Yep. Nope. Really. It's been kind of an X-Plane thing here in 12, seeing those nav lights. Now, you're not going to see the blackout lights when they go into blackout. Even Captain Sim had a hard time with that one. I don't think they ever worked. So, all right, so back up here. Now, turn your fuel switches. First off, get all your cross feeds on. Start turning fuel pumps on, folks. I turn them all on, even if I have fuel or not. Oh, wait, you know what else we got to do? Hey, let's load the plane. That, I have just been flying it. I haven't thought about loading it. So let's go ahead and get her loaded. Today's flight is 42,900 pounds. Okay. Enter. Fuel is going to be 14,000. 14,637. Boom. All right, and that's going to give us about a 2-hour 40. That's a pretty good window there. We normally don't get to see that. Click done, apply, get to see the little Cirrus again, and then boom, we're back into plane. All right, so we're fueled. See, our fuel tanks are looking good. Let's take a look outside. See, the pod tanks are not on. I like the slick wing look, except when flying long distances. Then you do need them. I also have in Sim Air Force refueled helicopters and the Ospreys with them. So it is a fun airplane, folks. Don't ever rule out this little plane. Boy, she can do some things. I had so much fun with this thing in operations with Sim Air Force. We have just may have to get back to them. All right, so with everything going, folks, I say we crank it up, which is kind of a little bit of a chore. So basically what I do, and it's not correct, I am going to move ahead of time. I move the fuel valve. You could move them all up if you wanted. And then I crank the engine. Then I look at my gauges. Didn't want to start. Why not? What did I forget? Fuel valves are on. These are dumps, so you don't have to worry about them. How about we try that? That might have been it. I may have actually turned the bleed valve off. Why are we having... I had this trouble before. I do have the EPU. Okay, I'm gonna... Shouldn't have to, but... I had this problem. Doors. It's on. Try. Huh. Why are you being such a pain to me today? Well, we may be switching into the 737 to do this run. Oh, no. Let's try that. May not have the fuel valves all the way. Oh, what is going on? May have to just start it up with engines running. Oh, maybe. Can't imagine that being it, but you never know. Things that I did have on a couple days ago. think I just found it. Yep, it was fuel enrichment. Process of elimination. These 4 switches also have to be on, which technically it doesn't in Captain Sim, but I'm probably sure in the real plane the same thing. Okay, let's get number 1 going. Alright folks, welcome aboard. The bleeds were, we're going to get those in a second. It actually is the enrichment. That's what brought them on, because as soon as I turned them on, they turned on. And if you notice, the lights came on. So a little challenging when you don't fly it that often, folks. Like many planes, but, some of it's not simulated right either, so it doesn't help there. Hang on, what's this up here? Don't want to play with that. Alright. Well, look at that, folks. Took us a good 5 minutes to get fired up. That's always a good sign. Let's get up here, get the bleeds on now. Heat on. Close the APU. And turn it off the generator. And stop. Okay, generators are on. And we are connected. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out all of the what does not work on here. Captain Sim, again, I hate referencing it because it isn't all that much better, but it is to a point. Like your coolers worked a lot better than just little things that, you know, stand out. AP Gen is, keep it on. No, it's off. Okay, go ahead and turn these on since we do have AOA heat on. And all right, so hydraulics, everything's on. We're ready to go here for the most part, except we have not turned our avionics on. That is up here, folks. Avionics is now on. Flight director's on. Currently, we are set on nav. Now, when we get airborne and I switch into GPS, we're good. Fuel enrichment, yeah. It's right here. And it's in pretty much the same place on Captain Sim. But, yeah, you do turn them on. There is some conditions where you need them off. I don't even think Captain Sim. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. I'll be honest, I don't know if you have to pay for the update. All right, let's get down here, get my radio set, and then we'll get our FMC set. So 122.8. I'm going to get on VATSIM here. sometimes don't like that. What is it saying? 4640. I did. Okay. Now 122.8, 121.5. All right. Let's look at this departure while we continue to warm up a little bit here. Sorry, folks, got a lot of windows open here. There we go. Let me bring charts in. I should have known. Hang on. This is also Payware, folks. Great program. Has every airport in the world in it. So check it out. All right, so let me pull it up here. You go to import flight, hit SimBrief. Here's our latest and greatest flight we're getting ready to fly. And there you go, 19 right. That shows you what we're going to be doing, except for the part into Pope. There are 3 approaches into Pope for runway 23. Hopefully one of them will get us to the minimums we're at. We'll see. All right, so Andrews, we're coming out on the Jefferson 1 MELTN. Why didn't it take? I hate when it doesn't do that. All right, so here's what we're going to be doing, folks. We're going to take off, heading 192 to Tyler, to Nickel, to Jefferson, maintaining 250 the whole time. All right, and then we're going to come off and we're going to head towards MELTN. So you can see it's JW, Castley, MELTN. Across the top is Potomac departure. Our airfield elevation, RNAV required. We have that with the FMC, and our transition level. You'll never guess. Turbojets technically only. We're gonna kind of fit. We're gonna do it anyway. Prohibitive area to stay away from, P56 for the monuments and all that there in the DC area. And so we just need to avoid it at all costs to 18,000 feet. We are to maintain 250 knots until Jefferson. Guess what? That may not be so hard of a deal. All right, so let's come up here. Oop, a little different than normal. Let's start looking into this flight plan, shall we? I think I have it. Nope. Okay, let's go to F plan, put it in. KADW. K. Papa, Oscar, and Bravo. We don't have a route to worry about. We're going to be via, so our first, well, you know what? We'll just go right here, 19 right, Jefferson, MELTN, execute. F plan. Now it's filled it in. Flight number, in case we forget. Believe me, folks, it's not hard to forget when you do 2 or 3 flights in a day like the real guys do. All right, so from MELTN. Oh, nice. You didn't have to pay. Cool. Here's the route again, folks. So we're going to go SBV. That's Sierra Bravo Victor. Then we're going to pick up the Victor 136. Victor 136 over to Raleigh Durham, which is RDU. Execute. Legs. Okay, everything looks good. All right, let's do our RNAV real quick, or vertical nav. Everything looks good here, and we will have to maintain the flight levels and all. Okay, so initial, worry about that in a second. Next up, vertical is 22,223. And progress looks good. All right, that one up. Oh, they're both same thing. Okay. Fun thing you could do, folks. You could put it in here too. But we're going to just worry about frequencies. Actually, that's nav2. All right, it's COM2, nav2 there. But at least you can see it. So what I'm going to do is KADW, procedure, select departure. Jefferson 9 right, down to MELTN, enter. I'm going to go ahead and just type it in real quick, folks. The reason is that'll give me a little better visual. SPV, right? Yeah. Enter. South Boston, enter. And all I'm going to do here is put Raleigh, Durham. So I'll be honest, I don't think you can put the airway in. If you can, I'd love to learn. Oh. What? Then, don't forget to put your arrival point. Papa. Oscar, Bravo, Pope, Army Airfield, enter. Why you do that, folks, is so when you get and you're ready to put the procedure in for the arrival, it knows what to work off of. Okay, and you'll see it show up here. All right, so that's all loaded up. We're ready to go. Let's just see. Nope, no. I thought we saw Potomac earlier. Let's get after it, shall we? All right, final checks. Whoa, 3055. What day was that? Okay, altimeter today, 3007. This is kind of a I don't like this altimeter because I can't spin it with the mouse wheel. Okay, initial altitude's 22,000. That one I can't. That's kind of weird. You couldn't with the other. No, you can't. Just hold it. Alright, so we're set there, set there. Only thing left to do is, where is... Alright, well, set, set, set. Okay, let's see how that looks. Here we we go, folks. Andrews, traffic, Sim Air Force 18 taxi to runway 19 right.
Baltimore traffic, Southwest 12, 19, and runway 190 and 7.
Here we go. Brakes are off.
Baltimore traffic, 10, and we are.
Go. Get some digital information here. We're ready to go, folks. Hope y'all enjoy this little short military hop. I hope to do a few more from time to time. I may even get into some special operations where we go in, maybe if we're able to show stuff, do some late dropping or just plain old cargo dropping. Never figured out how accurate the sims are. Be it digital comm, I haven't heard from any of the digital combat simmers. Gosh, have to be on the radio so much, folks. How accurate it shows the drops, meaning if you're supposed to put it in a certain area, how, you know, if you're able to do pinpoint dropping and lapes and all of that. So all right, so here we go. All right, we're going to go ahead and push up our throttles out of beta. There we go. I haven't tried this yet. Let's give it a try. Sound like what? Thought it was right down in here. Oh well. I'll find it eventually. Probably when I land and I don't need it. Always the way. Oh, there it is, right there. Not too bad.
Baltimore traffic, Southwest 12, correction, Baltimore traffic, Southwest Southwest 594 is 23 miles out for runway 33 left, Baltimore.
Andrews traffic, Sim Air Force 18 departing 19 right. Alright folks, here we go. We're cleared for takeoff.
Andrews traffic, report 7 departing runway 30.
Okay, so that does it here too. Alright, here we go. And as you can tell, we got the route right here as well.
Baltimore traffic Southwest 594, join the localizer 33 left, Baltimore.
And we're gonna hold up right here for a second. I just realized something I forgot to do. We're gonna do it on the run.
Baltimore traffic Southwest 594, 12-mile final established ILS runway 33 left, Baltimore.
Bear with me a second, getting the ACAR system up and running. Alright, we're on the map, or we'll be here shortly. Alright, now we're on the Sim Air Force map. Here we go, folks. Power up.
Baltimore traffic Southwest 594, 5-mile final 33 left, Baltimore.
Delivered. get out of here. Positive rate gears coming up. Gotta first get the autopilot to activate.
Baltimore traffic southwest, 594 is clear, runway 33 left, Baltimore.
Okay, something is just not right. This is the part I always forget. Wow, this is definitely getting to be more of a challenge than I expected. Am I not getting... Oh, come on, airplane. What the heck are you doing? Okay. Whoa. Holy mackerel. Did you realize what it was doing, folks? It really was climbing. GPS. Holy mackerel. I've got one screen covered up so I can't see my chat. There we go. Sorry if... Alright, let's see. It ain't doing anything right now. Oops. Okay, I think I finally got this thing working on the autopilot. Holy man, I think I always have this trouble with it. And what's really irritating me, that's it. Okay, I am going to... Okay, I am not certain why it just did that. I am thoroughly not really sure on this plane, folks. Something's still not in. So you say Nerd with Wings, you click. Well, I just hold and it seems to go up.
Flying a plane is no different than riding a bicycle. Just a lot harder to put baseball cards in the spokes.
Exactly. Welcome in there. Yeah. Well, you know, it's going to take some practice with this plane. It's been a while, like I said, since I flew. Welcome in, Enswick. Very challenging flight, and it has yet to turn. Why are you not wanting to turn? GS. About 210. Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I was in nav 2 the whole time? Oh, Insuik, thank you. I was in nav 2 the whole time. I thought I clicked that and it kept going back and forth. I'm in the actual... Oh wait, there's another switch. Oh geez. The simplest things are always the things to watch out for, folks. Oh, that's the GPS down below. Yeah. Gonna see if we turn on course here. Trying to see, I've got the actual manual opened up. So okay, looks like we're on course. Welcome, folks, to learning a plane while streaming at the same time. Not really recommended. All right, well, wow. Here, let's take a look at it outside. All right, let me make sure I've got any ice on props. All right, folks, well, we are doing our best. It says the C-130H, and if you're interested in trying to learn this up here, oh, I just did it wrong. Sorry, folks. There we go, and that'll get you on it. Like I said, not a bad looking plane. Some quirks to it, as we've learned. Mostly, you know, you're just gonna have to get up, get used to it. I've only flown it 2 times prior to this, so that's on me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw something yesterday on their Discord channel about weather, and all. The METARs were off and all. I don't know if they got it fixed. This is X-Plane, of course, 12. So, oh, we need to address our altimeter. Hopefully it won't send us diving like it did. Should go down, but it shouldn't dive. Airspeed still needs to come up. I may need to take the auto throttle off. maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little nervous now to fly this thing into instrument weather. But that's what we have at Pope awaiting us. Raleigh-Durham's not much better. Well, they gave us 700 feet now in 10 miles, so hopefully the sim is responding likewise. All right, we're set for altitude. Couple things a little disheartening to me. Shows the elevator down and it's not. All right. Well, folks, hope you enjoy this. I will be putting this up to YouTube later today, so if you miss anything or we run into recording problems, you'll have it there like we had on the other stream a couple days ago. All right, we are leveling off. Wow, what a flight so far. Be honest though, I'm glad we didn't decide to say to heck with it and switch over to the 737. Worked through it, and hey, we kept it from hitting the ground. And we stayed away from the monuments and hitting the ground. All right, let's see here. I'm going to work this a little bit right here. We're not seeing any weather, even though I think technically there's a lot around us. I do know, I also saw that the X-Plane, what the heck would that be, 10? Hang on, instead of guesstimating, let me just go to the horse's mouth. 12.1.0 coming out shortly. I don't know when. With that on the horizon, a lot of speculation of what we are going to see, and I really hope the weather gets addressed. This aircraft I can't say anything about, folks, because, well, quite frankly, it's not technically a laminar product. I don't like the laminar C-130 out there. It's the one, there was an image of that C-130, and it was the one they tried doing vertical takeoffs and landings in. A lot of rocket jets around it. Imagine the JATO packs you see on the back end of it, or the jet assist takeoff, all over the plane to get it to lift up and down, and actually it crashed. in real life, and that's the 130 we modeled. So I am glad they've taken it here. You know, that xhanger came around and is trying. Oh, that's just the clouds on the windshield. Okay, for a second there, are we starting to ice up? So I'm gonna say I got the ice on, the anti-ice on. Just making a check. Yeah, everything's on. Always wondered how this would look. This looks pretty good. So hopefully, no promises, we're going to do a little better on the approach. Speaking of approaches, let's go ahead and talk through it. Let me clear some things here on Discord. Okay. You know what? We're having so much troubles, I'm going live on Discord as well. So feel free to come into Discord, join the voice channel in the lobby there. Love to chat with you online as we try to bring this thing in. Boy, I have a feeling I'm going to wish I had another pilot in here. All right, there's the charts program, folks, and I will not be running it this flight because I got a feeling you all need to see just how horrible this is. All right, so we're coming into Pope. The weather, we've seen the METAR, but here it is again. And what I'm going to do, oh, I did it wrong. Sorry, folks. For those not what I call METAR savvy and can read this, this is the translation of this. So let's read it. Wind, 210 at 5. Okay, that's a blessing. Visibility, 9 miles. Really good. Broken sky at 900. I really like this weather. Even though it's still pretty close to the ground. Overcast at 5,500. Ceiling is 900 feet. So that's what we got to watch on our charts. Okay, next up. Temperature 21 degrees. Hallelujah. It's at 70 degrees. Dew point 19, so good spread there. And the altimeter will set below 18,000 feet. All right, for those of you ever curious what the remark section on all of that, what I used to be told was called scientific data, well, here's what it actually means. We have an automated station with a precipitation disseminator, sea level pressure of 1021.8. Okay, I'll buy what you're selling. And then I guess the dollar sign actually means a dollar sign. Oh, you gotta love it. All right, so let's we'll keep that up. Well, no, we can't. We'll do this. There we go. All right, so actually we do have to get rid of it. All right, so the neat thing about charts, I've told y'all there is some really good things. The fact that if you're going to fly Germany, which by the way, we are going to start returning to Europe and places abroad. We've kind of stuck to the North American area here way too long. Time to get over to the other side of the world. So be watching, should be getting some flights up here. Can't do it with American Virtual. Can kind of do it with Pan Am. Can kind of do it with some of the others we fly with. So stay tuned. We will start flying over there. All right. And here we go. So here's what's available at Pope. Oh, we are getting some turns. I'll show you that here in a second. Okay, now we do have an ILS arc, or we can fly it in, or we can do an RNAV. Let's see what the RNAV yields. I'm hesitant to even think of that, but never know. So let's look at the chart. Okay, so we would come into ACNO. Are we even legal to fly it? Yep, we're legal as can be. 200 foot ceiling, 372 LNAV VNAV. Okay, that's cool. So we are legal to fly it. So we'd come into ACNO, fly it down into Nayland, and then we're kind of on our own. All right. I like that kind of. Okay, well, let's close that off. Let's look at the ILS. Now, we're coming in from Raleigh, so again, ACNO would be a good initial fix for us. And we could fly this at 200, 400 foot overcast. All of that's fine. So, I'm sorry, we have a 200 foot minimum requirement. Got that beat. Visual, we've got more than a half mile. So I think I'm going to go with this one off of ACNO. And put it down there. Okay. All right, so what we're going to be doing is coming off Raleigh-Durham to ACNO and coming in. All right. So one more time, look at that METAR. I'd like to do it to where you all can read down here for those that, you know, don't pick up quickly on up here. Okay, we have a scattered layered 8 at 800. Oh, it's even getting better 16 minutes ago. Wow. Now we're overcast 5,500 feet, 10 miles visibility. Folks, we're good. Ceiling 5,500 feet. How did that change? We have not been away for 16 minutes. Oh, or did I click? You know what? I bet you I clicked Raleigh. I bet you, no, I couldn't have. Anyway, so the weather is improved. We're good. Why don't we stick with the ILS and fly that in? So let's talk it over. Again, we're coming from Raleigh. Raleigh-Durham is 117.2. 195 heading for about 30-ish miles to intercept the localizer into Pope Air Force Base. Now we'll hide. All right. Jepson chart for Pope at Fayetteville, North Carolina. Getting close to our turn, so I'm watching. You can see, oh, you can't see yet. So, localizer 110.9. Get that set in a second. Final approach course 228. We'll get that pretty close right now. And then at Nayan, just below here, we need to be at 1,500 feet on that glide slope. Decision altitude for us will be 400 feet ASL above sea level. Also said mean sea level. You may hear it both ways. 200 feet above ground. Difference, folks, is very simple. Same point in the sky. One's read from sea level, one's read from the ground below you. Okay? Look at the cloudiness. Can you all see that? You can't. Hang on a second. I'm pulling this away. Look at that definition over there. I bet you that is a thunderstorm. That looks spectacular, folks. I don't know about you, but that looks pretty cool. And real quick, you can see the returns up here for the radar. Okay, I'm going to be watching here because we're about to make a turn. All right, so then we're going to come down. A missed approach, if needed. We'll be climbing right-hand turn to 2,000 feet to Augus, right here. And hold. Pretty simple. At or above 3,000 feet. And there's our hold. So we'll come in, do a teardrop, and then start the hold. All right, so here we go. ACNO to Nayan. ACNO is 12 miles out. Mayan is 4.8 out. Kissin, if it's on there, and Wibax, and then the runway. Remember, 200 foot and a half mile is our acceptable minimums for this airport. 1,500 feet at Mayan, and then we're on the glide slope to the missed approach point. According to this, at our speed, I'm going to bring us in at about 100, 110, 155. So 1 minute and 55 seconds. We don't see the runway before 200 feet, 155, go around. RVR 2400 or 200 or a half mile. 200 foot's the minimum ceiling. Then you can see if the approach lights go out, what happens. If the localizer goes out, things start going up on minimums. Okay? We made the turn, folks. It's kind of correcting out of it. Yeah, we made the turn. Headed for that thunderstorm. Alright, so there you have it, folks. Once we're on the ground, here, let me show you another neat little feature. If it's not painted, okay. Sometimes they paint the taxiways on. So, if ground were to tell you turn on Alpha to Bravo to the ramp, okay, Alpha Bravo to the ramp, will tell you pretty close. Delta is what I'm going to hope to get off at, and we'll go to Alpha, and we'll park on the green ramp. Actually, yeah, we'll park on the green ramp, getting ready to pick up troopers. Not for today, but I'm going to be doing some more practicing to get this bird dropping, so we could do some stuff like that with it. All right, let's take a look. Top of descent should be on its way here. Real quick, finish that up here. And here's what we're going to do on the ground when we land. Now, we do have an assault runway. We may play with that later down the road once we get our hands a little more in the cookie jar here. Get used to it, and then we'll get off at Delta here and head over to the green ramp. Now, yes, the Golden Knights are based out of here. Yes, they're right here. The hazardous parking's here. Yellow ramp, not sure what they use that for, but you can kind of see the different ramps. And a big, obviously, jump school place for the Rangers and all who join up. So, basically the planes will line up here, the people come out of these buildings and board. Okay? Alright, that's what we got for here. Fortunately, there is no arrivals, correct? Yes, 0 arrivals. We don't have that to deal with. Alright, so let's push this away. Real quick, I'm going to look at some toolkit because I need to know approximately when to think about coming. I'm going to start coming down here real soon, so bear with me. We're going to get... Oh, don't have that one on my quick list. Alright, let's go here, here, ILS, ace, no, execute, legs. Just in case. Ace, no, here, execute. Alright, we are set up. We will be descending here momentarily, folks, on a very challenged flight today. Boy, was this challenging. Get the prop synced. because I really, I mean, it would be nice to have radar in there for this. Again, they can also get in the way. I think Raleigh handles us. Let's find out. It's Fayetteville approach. How about that? All right. How you find that, folks? Across the top of the approach plate chart for the runway, you'll get your D-ATIS. Wow. Has a D-ATIS? Fayetteville, and then Pope Tower, Pope Ground. Right across top, then your frequencies like we saw for the ILS. And that was, speaking of which, 110.9. Okay, and then Raleigh, we said was 17. All right, folks, we're going to start our descent. All right, and I'm going to pull back on some power. I'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, sorry about that. Had to use the restroom real quick. All right. Charlotte's up, and no, Fayetteville controls Fayetteville. All right, and I think we may have to steepen this descent. All right, folks, welcome back. We're steepening the descent to get in here. May have to pull some more power back. And again, we said 3017. Look at that weather, folks, just hanging just west of the airport. Okay, I am gonna, here we go, folks. Sure. Here we go. Oh, why are we doing 45-degree banking? Yeah, we're going to go into a quick hold here to get down. Now, granted, we could have spun around the hold there. We get down a little bit first, and then, if need be, use that hold. And that hold, by the way, folks, is maximum speed of 230, max altitude 6,000, minimum altitude 2,000. So, you know, 6.5, one the other. Again, 228. Don't really have it. Just telling my course doesn't tell me what we're set for. Okay. It's okay, bud. If you can hear him, our dog is not happy there's a FedEx truck in the neighborhood. Poor pup. All right, well, thank you, sir, for coming out. Say thanks for the safe landing, and We'll chat with you again tomorrow. We'll get into tomorrow's stream here in a minute. Florence Tower, Florence Ground. Okay, we still don't have anyone to concern with. We're going to begin our turnaround. Oh, now that's much better, folks. I don't know why it's sometimes so abrupt. Oh, it took it to 30 still, so. Okay, we're getting below 250, lights on. Okay, and we're getting close to our heading, 195. Oh, we're gonna have to adjust. What I'm gonna do is adjust for a much longer approach in. There's 10,000, we're below 250. Hope Army Airfield, Sim Air Force 18, approximately 30 miles northeast of the field, inbound for the ILS. Oh, I turned the wrong way. I thought I was. Let's go more southerly. All right, now I can pull. All right, folks. $110.9. Let's make sure. Okay. 110.9. Do I have that active? Just thought about that. No, I don't. That's where the problem is. Okay. Now we're getting there. Okay, we're above glide slope. Alright folks, here we go. Let's give it our best shot. Remember the weather here showing as of 40 minutes ago, scattered 800 feet, overcast 5,500 feet. Real quick check. "900 feet overcast." Oh boy, here we go. Approach. We're all armed up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and all right, at 210 we can start flaps. All right, we are showing on glide path, folks, or on localizer as we penetrate. Here we go. Get the wipers going again. Actually, we're going to leave them off. And all right, I'm more focused on the main gauges, the 6-pack. Actually, there's more than that in this plane. And the oak is in the way. Can I get rid of it? No. Great. It's in the middle of my radar altimeter. Good. Oh, I think it's the getting it back is the hard part. Oh, that's not good. We're already turning. Oh, are we doing the hold? Okay, well, we'll do it. Okay, our next descent. Pope Army Field traffic, Sim Air Force 18 precariously on the ILS 423, full stop. Runway in sight.
Sync rate, sync rate, sync rate. Sync rate, 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 sync rate. Landing gear, 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 landing gear.
Nice.
Landing.
Belly landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, now that was weird. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what just happened, folks. You all saw the gear up. Or partially out. Was it because of speed, possibly? Testing a couple things out here, folks, so bear with me. Okay, reverse does work. Okay, that was actually bizarre, folks. We will hope for the best here in getting a replay. I really want to see if I saw what I saw. All right, welcome to Pope Air Force Base, folks, or Army Airfield, however you want to call it. We're going to go find us a parking spot over here on the ramp. And see how X-Plane modeled it. That's the one thing I always in the other version couldn't figure out how to get the yokes to come back. Alright. I don't know if Nerd with Wings is still out there, if he's got an opinion yet on the plane or not. But I don't know. I'm still trying to formulate my opinion, and I'll be honest, no offense to xhanger, but I really wish the Captain Sim version would come over, or would somehow port in here. Because I really familiar with it, and I really hate critiquing people off of Captain Sim. Nothing against Captain Sim. I know a lot of you do have things with Captain Sim. So I'm not trying to dig at him. But All right, so this is a thing that irritates me from Laminar. But hang on a second. All right, well, it could be better. But hey, it's better than most Microsofts in the past at an Air Force base or any military ramp or base for that matter. So we'll just park right here. Okay, brakes are set. All right, let me shut this thing down, folks, and then we'll talk about it. All right, let's see. I always like to look for simple things. Nope, not going to bring the yoke back the simple way. Okay, so that is kind of the, okay, big bummer is that this gets blocked, all of this, by the what am I trying to say? It gets blocked by the yoke. So, and then when you get rid of the yoke, I don't see how you get it back unless I do happen to have the manual. Just doing a quick cursor switch. Oh, it's like all of a sudden they switched to the other one. Yep, I don't see anything. That's okay. All right, nope, not seeing anything. I'm not going to waste any time trying to find it. Okay, let's get her shut down. Taxi lights off. Go. All right, couple of quick things just right here that I don't like. I'm just going to go through the don'ts, then get into some of the positive stuff. Okay, the ILS, the whole autopilot thing is very clunky. It's going to take a lot of getting used to. That's all that means. Okay, that's interesting. Engine start, we could use more documentation on that. Spark in VR, welcome aboard. Hi, does the X-Plane toggle yoke work? What's toggle? Is there actually a key for that? I didn't think to look for that. What's it called? Toggle yoke? Toggle. Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Let's see. Hey, I love it when I learn. Okay, folks, that's the end of the stream. I'm going home. Oh, wait, I'm already home. Thanks there, Sparkin VR. Appreciate your assistance there. Actually did not know that was something. Oh, okay. There's one off my negative. Cool. But let's get this thing shut down, get on the APU, and then we can really talk. Okay, APU's coming on. Leads open. Generators on. Tricky. I actually thought a toggle came over that. All right. All right, so the fuel's good. All right, I think I got everything in place. All right, let's shut her down. Flaps are indeed up. Actually, you wouldn't shut them down in that order. You would shut 2 and 3 down first. That way the mean and nasty, grumpy military guy could step out and not get his head knocked off. And then he gets in your face because you left the engines running and messed his hair up. Oh yeah, I was in the military, folks. So I can say those things. But no, seriously, you normally would stop 2 and 3, and you would actually, a lot of the 130 pilots will shut them down taxiing. So that way they are feathered, stopped, and they're not burning the fuel. And then once they get on the ramp, set, chocks in, then the 1 and 4 would go off. At least that's what I've seen at Scott Air Force Base, Mid-America Airport, where I work. All right, fuel enrichment off. Off. I said off, off. And I think you can turn the gens off. APU gens on. All right, I think we're at a point where we can do this. Come over here. And we'll at least let the mean, nasty military guy step outside the plane. Just kidding. Sorry, guys. All right, so there it is, folks, sitting at Pope Air Force Base. All right, so let's talk about the plane, shall we? And we're not going to do it behind the back. We're going to do it straight ahead in front of it. So if, the biggest problem I saw with this plane, besides the fact I haven't flown it but maybe 4 or 5 times completely since having it, but in the last couple of days I've flown it a couple of times. Barring that, the autopilot's very clunky. It's very, I don't know the words to use. I can't tell when it's engaged, and so forth. If you look here, let me pop back in the cockpit. Oop, wrong one. You really, I mean, yes, auto pretty well says it, auto, but is it? So let me just make sure I'm not missing anything over here. I'd like to get the ECAM to come up. Okay, so the ECAM cannot come up. Okay. So I was thinking maybe I was missing it here, but I wasn't. A lot of things kind of clunky. You saw how that was working, folks. Very I'll give it that, it's a great aircraft. I mean, for X-Plane, I'll take it. I'm not going to fly it every day. That's a given. Um, I don't know where the hold came in. I did not see it. Ah, there it was. So it was in it. Okay. My bad, folks. I'm just trying to figure out why am I going into a hold when I wasn't even on the GPS or FMC. So, of all the things on this plane, that autopilot is extremely difficult to get a read on. Just looking to see if there's any idiot lights to tell the idiot here behind the mic. Nope, nothing there either to help me out with autopilots and all. So that was the first. The next is how it tracks a glide slope. That was kind of not good. Speed, very difficult to get it to slow down. Especially being the airplane doesn't have spoilers, folks. So now the positives. I think we've had enough on the negative side. The positives to this aircraft, again, it's a good C-130. It looks good. Could the panel use some work? Yes. The L-130, I'd like to fly more, but you've got to do things in Plane Maker to make it more usable, which I wish the developer would have taken that extra step to make room. He says he didn't have room to put this in, this clipboard or something similar. Make room. But beyond that, folks, and please, xhanger, I'm not dictating to you. I'm just saying I would have thought you could make room. And again, I don't do these things. I don't make planes, so I don't know the complexities involved with them. So, but overall, it's a good aircraft. You're just going to need some flight time to get used to it. The good thing about joining a virtual special operations unit like Sim Air Force, here's the call if you want to look at them. You go through training. You go through flying these things. We have curricula set up for you to learn the 130 out of Little Rock. The different airframes that we have out of different bases, just like the real world. So you do get a lot of stick time in the plane. Flying special ops, you also get to fly formations, air refueling. Like I said, in the Captain Sim version, I was refueling Ospreys and Blackhawks. So overall, I think they've got a great start here. There's some things they could tweak, and I've got to figure out how to get the latest and greatest version because they may have tweaked some of mine. But overall, I'll be flying it again. When? I'm not sure yet, but we will be. I'm going to go ahead and open up the back end. The other thing I want to figure out, and I haven't been able to, is how to do drops. The manual itself that comes with it is fair, in my opinion. I think I really think they could use a good what do I want to say here? How-to video on this plane from the developer, especially in the realm of setting that up, the drops. Because the language they use in here, and I'm getting to it real quick, I can't find. Okay, here it is. It's one paragraph, folks. To enable the airdrop feature, you need to add a button to your joystick or assign a keyboard button to drop weapon. Okay, that all makes sense, by the way, folks. I get that. That's the theory. There is a button on the instrument panel that you will need to click, and it will turn green to arm the airdrop. Otherwise, it will not drop. Currently, there are 2 packages for airdrop at the rear of the plane. If you are familiar with Plane Maker, you can add more. Okay, that's fine and good. Problem is, here we go. Okay, so we found that. Boy, I want to say a big, again, thank you to Sparker in VR. Oh, I didn't know about this at all. For 3.5 years, I've been flying an X-Plane. I did not know about this command. Ah, frustrations. Oh, thank you, sir. Now, let's go to drop weapon. Drop tanks. You use it all the time. Well, yeah, I bet, I've never done VR. I got a friend of mine that loves VR. I'm just nervous to go let's go into the pilot world under the hood. But see, here's my problem. It says enable the drop weapon feature. So I thought, well, what about fire weapon? That doesn't work either. So, or there's a procedure that we don't have here. I even turned the switch, but I don't know what this green light is. Because according to this, drop all tanks is shift plus the semicolon. All right, so let's show you fire. Well, let's just do this, weapon. I got drop chaff, drop deploy flares, fire, 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 fire all weapons, fire armed guns, missiles, and such. So that would be something I really would love to know. So that's where I have some troubles. All right, and again, if we zoom in and I click it, see it turns green, and then I do the key combo and it doesn't work. Well, we'll try it on a subsequent run, see if maybe this time it'll work. We had too much trouble getting airborne, plus the weather, to even try any of that. So anyway, folks, what a fun day in the 130. I'm going to go ahead and button it up real quick. Be real nice if these worked for you. But I get it. And you could have troopers jumping out. All right, let me look out here. All right, so we're going to give this a try. We've been batting about 50% on getting a replay. And darn it, we may not get it. Yep, we're not getting it. It's gonna, oh wait, no, it would drop. Oh, it did. I'm sorry. Well, let's see. Here we go. We were on the ground quite a bit, so I hear it. May let it go under its own power here. All right. There's a couple things I want to look at here.
Landing gear. Landing sink rate. Landing sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
Let's start
sink
right
rate,
here.
Sink rate.
Okay, well, it's not even showing it. We had landing gear half out. Holy mackerel. All right, well, let's watch this horrible landing. I haven't even looked up to see what we did. We didn't even do a proper pre-brief. Oh, there I am screwing up. Forgot to file my PIREP. Oh. Pause for just a second, folks. Stand by. How bad did that mess that up? Except, really? All right, well, I'm going to tell you right now, Sim Air Force recorded me at 75 feet a minute. And I haven't hit the runway yet. All right, so let me find some music here for this. That is bizarre. I'm gonna have to fly this more just to see how things work on it. Oh yeah, we're way off the center line. We know that. Good military landing, though. Didn't you know there was a second ship over here? I didn't know if reverse thrust was working or not, so that's why we overshot our taxiway. All right, so let's go back. I hope there's some good sound packs out there for this. It is raining unbelievable. Now, one thing with the replay, folks. Okay, when it works, I get about a 50-50, like I said, run that it works and then it doesn't work. All right, when it works, it does not take you back in time to how the weather was. So, while you're sitting on the ground yapping and all, guess what? The weather's changing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Does that answer your question there, sir, Nerd with Wings? Yes, it does. Has both GPS and that. Although GPS seems to be working on two, I believe, on the co-pilot, which is weird because it's in front of the pilot. All right, folks. Well, there you have it. 1X-Plane's best entry so far for a C-130, and it's from xhanger. And really, I mean, overall, let's say it just takes the pilot getting used to the plane. The autopilot, I think, is quirky and needs a little attention, but beyond that, I think it's a fairly decent, you know, workable plane. We're gonna take it out into the range. I don't know where we're gonna do it at, but maybe try dropping some stuff and see what happens. That landing gear thing really kind of bothered me, because I went landing gear down at Nyland. So, but yeah, no, you're fine with asking the question there. I didn't mean to be a smart butt about it. So, but it is a good entry, folks, and just needs a little tweaking and, or as they like to say, a little love, and it'll be a really, pardon my language, kick-ass airplane. So, thank you guys at xhanger. And if you need somebody to test things out, you know where I'm at. Check me out here, Flying with Mike. Let me know. So, all right, folks, let me put her back on the ramp. And at least there we go. And let me check a couple things. Nav lights are still on. All right, so we're good to go. All right, let's just get outside here. All right, there's the airplane, folks. So again, if you're curious, you want to dabble at it, see what you can learn about it. Like I said, I like it. I just need to figure out that autopilot and trim the whole 9 yards, because boy, that takeoff was rough. Trying to keep it straight, it just really weird. So, all right, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we are going to be back up with the stream. I'm getting it pulled up right now. You can look down below in the About section, and it will tell you we are flying. Ooh, I think we're going to like this, especially those of you that live in South America. We're coming back there, folks. We're going to take off from, I'll be quite honest, one of the shortest fields. We've arrived and departed a couple of times now at Santos Dumont Airport, Rio de Janeiro. Look at it like the midway of Rio, the other airport. And we're going to fly up to Brasilia, Brazil. So hope y'all can make it. Thanks again for tuning in. Nerd with Wings and Sparker in VR. Thank you both for being a part of the broadcast. If you're new to the stream, we'd love for you to hit that follow button, folks. That way you know when we go live, when we hit the start streaming button. So have a great day. I'm going to do some more flying on the side here, see if I can't hone my skill on this plane, so I don't look like a private pilot flying a C-130. Oh wait, that is what I am, a private pilot in the real world. So, all right, folks, y'all have a great day. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully by 11 o'clock Central U.S. time, 1700 Greenwich Mean Time. Trying to learn the Epic E1000. Oh, oh, thanks, Nerd with Wings, for the update. And folks, what Nerd with Wings is saying there, make sure you update your nav graphs so your nav stuff's all together. See you all tomorrow. We'll see if we can find someone out there to raid with, but thank you. Have a great day. God bless. Here's a new one. Why don't we head over to XP Aviator? I think I've only rated him once or twice. So let's go check him out. looks like he's in Microsoft Flight Sim, possibly a 757 or A321. And for the rest of y'all have a great night. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.